A white couple in West Virginia was arrested after forcing their adopted black children to be slaves. How is this possible when social services supposed to be out there doing pop-up visits? I thought they supposed to be calling the children and checking on them. What's going on? What, they just dropping them off and forgetting about them? And the neighbor said they wasn't hiding it. They had them outside working on the farm all day. And when they was finished working, they had to go back in the shed because they wasn't allowed to go in the house. And if you know anything about our history, you already know that slaves gotta stay outside, especially the dark ones. If your skin a little lighter, you probably could sleep in the attic or the basement. But for the majority of them, they was living just like this, in the outhouses, in the sheds. One of the police officers described the children's living conditions as horrible. He said they would be locked in the shed for about 12 hours, and then they'll be forced to work the other 12 hours. And inside of the shed, there was no running water and no proper sanitation. In other words, they didn't have a toilet. They had to find a hole in the floor or wait till they go out the next morning to use the bathroom. This is why they want to take Black history out of these schools. They don't want you to know your past. They don't want you to know where you come from. They got you believing that everything your ancestors overcame has nothing to do with you. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. If history isn't told, it will be repeated. And not all white people want us to go back in time, but some of them do. They want to bring us back to a time where we was at our lowest. And they want us to be silent and comfortable there. The brother of the man who was arrested said, that wasn't no shed. That was a clubhouse. And the kids like hanging out in there. So I don't see nothing my brother did wrong. Of course you don't see it. And I thank God you're not in the position to say what's right and what's wrong. But I hope your brother go to prison for a long time. And I hope everything that he done to those children get done to him and his girlfriend. And since you don't think he did nothing wrong, and you didn't see a problem with how he treated those children, I hope you go to jail too. Listen to me. I think adoption is a beautiful thing. I feel like all children should know what it's like to have a home. All children should know what it's like to have parents that care for them. But at the same time, you got people with evil intentions. You got people doing all the right things for the wrong reasons. And I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's what's happening. Taking those children out of the system and bringing them into a home, that's a good thing. But look at what y'all intentions was. To make them out a slave.